Hello and good evening. Okay, so welcome to my kind of regular slot here in Gemma's group. So I'm going live this evening as a little experiment to see if if more people can join. That would be absolutely amazing. But also I've got a doggy coming tomorrow tomorrow morning, and so in my second business as a dog boarder, so I need to have the day free to be able to obviously deal with them. So I thought, why not, let's try Thursday evening. So if you are here watching me, please give me a thumbs up, or just let me know that you're here. And if you have any questions or want to ask anything throughout the training, then please just drop them in the comments. Hopefully the comments will come through. Okay, so this evening, so I'm talking about how to make sales when you don't like selling. Haven't met anybody yet at the start of their business who says they love selling. It's not why we start a creative business, is it? It's not why we decide to be a therapist or a coach. It's not what we want to do, is it? Yeah, I want to be a salesperson, because we all have a real icky story when it comes to selling, don't we? And what we think it means. So most of us have an ick or two when it comes to that selling process. And we're really great at creating offers, epic skills. We will invest huge amounts of time and money and energy into learning how to do what it is that we do. We invest so much of our time and passion in it, and we just want to help people, don't we? But we then hold back from actually putting it out there. And it's a bit like having a shop full of absolutely amazing, incredible, beautiful things, but every time you walk past, it's never open, is it? Or inviting people to your house and not showing them where the booze is. Yeah, we sit so much in that time, that hidden time, creating things and learning and training. But business is if when we're doing it for ourselves. See, that mindset's fine if you're an employee and there's someone in the marketing department who's in charge of actually, getting in new clients. Someone's there sending emails out, in charge of social media. That's fine if you're an employee. But when you're a solopreneur, when you're doing it all for yourself, yes, that's got to be you, hasn't it? And it's all often the bit that we hesitate. So I want to share with you my 7 tips for taking that next step. So being able to learn to love the process of selling in your business, and have as much passion and motivation for that as you do for your service, your offer, or your product. Changing how you feel about selling, because we need to do both. We absolutely do. So this was a big struggle for me at the start of my business, my first business as a coach. But when it came to launching my second business, having worked on my mindset, having worked on my money blocks, and I'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. I was able to to tap into my core values, and just it became effortless. So actually asking people for money was no longer a trigger for me. So when I launched my second business, I was booked up straight away, and it feels effortless. I'm taking daily inquiries. I get out there. I sell. I we charge quite a high price for what we do. We offer an amazing service in the dog business. It's quite an exclusive service, quite unique, as I'm finding out. Many people will come to me and say, "Oh my God, I didn't realise what you do existed." We went in at the top price, and it's because I did this work. It's because I followed these 7 steps, that I was able to actually do that from day one. Something I wish I could have done in my coaching business, but we live and learn, don't we? Okay, so let me ask you, at what point of the sales process do you start to squirm? I love the word squirm because it absolutely describes what actually happens, because we fidget, don't we, when it comes to telling people how much it is and all that kind of stuff. Do you stay quiet and hold back from selling yourself because you're afraid of rejection? Many of us are, hold back from our social media, for example, or from entering into conversations because we don't want anybody to say anything, or for us to be rejected. Overcoming that fear of rejection is a game changer, absolutely a game changer. I would take everything personally when I first started out, and if I would have conversations with people, or I'd send out my offer and all that kind of stuff, and if people didn't take me up on it, I would literally take that personally. Well, there's only so many times you can do that before it becomes exhausting. So we need to get better at that, don't we? So you're hovering in Facebook groups, not having the conversation. How many times have you seen somebody saying, "Oh, this and this is happening to me," and "Oh, and can anyone recommend?" And we go, "Oh, I'm not quite sure," and we hold back in lots of different ways. We'll offer free advice, but we won't actually say to somebody, "Do you know what? Go to my website," or I actually offer that service. Yeah, we hesitate with our language as well as our actions, and creating content that no one's going to see. So are you holding back because you're sitting in your safe space, creating, or sitting in your happy place, creating content, creating offers, but never really stepping out? And how is that having an effect on you? You talk about leaving money on the table. What opportunities are you missing? What people are you missing by not getting out there, by not opening your shop doors? The thing is it's easy enough to say that we have to do that. But in order to do it consistently, in order to do it effectively, we have to practice it. But I believe that we need to align our core values. So if you can find as much joy in posting on social media and creating an ad, or sticking stuff on your website, or going on Google My Business, if you can enjoy that as much as you enjoy your offer or service, and working with clients, because there's going to be people say, "Oh, I just want to help people, I just want to do my thing." Yeah, okay, that's fine. But if you're working for yourself, you've got to do both parts. So each time we try and push forward, if we're conflicting with our own core values, this creates a block in our flow. It makes us not operate authentically, and it's a real drain on energy as well. And I don't know about you guys, but my energy is not a given. I never quite know how much energy I'm going to have on a day, and it's not consistent. It's 100% not consistent. So we need to be able to manage that, don't we? So for me, my problem was a limiting belief. Okay, so there's lots of things that can cause problems and make us not like selling. So my limiting belief was, I don't want to bother people. I want to let them come to me. Looking like I was selling, it was almost like setting myself up to fail. Oh, I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard. And what if I post too often? I'm going to bother and annoy people. And that's a very, very strong core driver for me, core value for me, that I don't want to upset and bother people. And with coaching, it has to be something that people enter into willingly. It's not something we can push upon people. So it really kind of caused a bit of a problem in my showing up and my visibility, not wanting to sort of be too pushy, because you can't be talked into coaching. You have to volunteer for it. So I wanted to let people come to me, and responding to my core driver to wait to be asked. Yes, we're taught that as children, aren't we? Wait your turn. It's polite. Don't be pushy, and those sort of the images of telephone salespeople, and double glazing salesmen, and pushy car salesmen, all that kind of like push, 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 push. It doesn't help anybody, and we think that that's what selling is. So we shy away from it. So for me, that triggered a lot of fear about being rejected, fear of making a mistake, and fear of not being able to deliver. Yeah, okay, so what if somebody actually wants it and then I can't deliver it? What if they think it's shit? It's just, yeah, it causes all sorts of fear. Confusion. Am I really the right person? So I tried to sell to lots of different people. I didn't niche my market in the beginning. So I was working with a lot of clients who were not my ideal clients. And whilst, it's all a learning curve, it was exhausting. So that kind of causes a lot of confusion, and again it causes a block and makes us not want to sell because we're worried about who we're going to get. And sitting in my comfort zone, yeah, so avoiding visibility, can't ask for money for something that I enjoy doing so much. You know, we all say it, don't we? Oh, well, you know, if I had millions of pounds, I'd do it for free. Okay, so if you start earning money, think of all the amazing stuff you could do for free. Think of how many more people you could help if you were actually earning money. Because you know, money is an important thing. We need to sell. We need to sell for the income and what that means to us, and whatever your version of that is. You know, not everybody's looking at 10k a month. You know, but income, but also by being successful in business, by helping more people, by generating a regular income. It helps us to stay in the game, doesn't it? You know, it helps with our confidence and our belief to actually keep going. So, okay, so where is your limiting belief having an impact on your sales process? So mine was definitely don't bother people. Okay, so what's your limiting belief? What are you thinking? What's holding you back? What are you telling yourself about why you can't sell, or why selling is something that you ought not to be doing? What's stopping you from getting in the arena and actually telling people, hey, look, I can help? Okay, so we need to change how we feel about it. And anyone that's done any kind of therapy or self-help, you will know that by changing how you feel about something, it will absolutely change your action. So we have to think differently, therefore to then feel differently, therefore to then act differently. And that's the process. So if you can find real fun and joy in the sales process, in that next level, in opening that door to people, if you can have as much fun shouting out the door like a market salesperson, yay, come to me, come to me, if you can enjoy that as much as you enjoy your service, you're going to be absolutely unstoppable, absolutely unstoppable. So we do this by tapping into our core values, and there is a tipping point. There is a tipping point where once we go past it, we don't go back. So once you tap into those core values and you find the joy in selling and it starts to work, you don't go back. So it's like once those doors are open and you start showing yourself to people, it becomes effortless. It becomes part of what you do, because consistency and success in business is about repeated behaviours. It's about showing up day after day, consistently, and offering that, you know, talking about the same things, offering, you know, your offers consistently and that kind of stuff, and behaviours that help you to do that. So that's things like posting regularly on social media, updating your Google My Business, having conversations with people, you know, sitting and hiding. Yeah, people need to know you're there. So thinking about the core values that your business is built upon. So I thought very long and hard about this a while ago, and you know, I do a lot of core value work with my clients. I've done a lot of work on my own core values, and I know that when I listen to them, things start to work and feel a lot easier. But looking at it from where it sits within the sales process, it was an absolute light bulb moment for me, because looking at what I value, okay, so authenticity, yeah, offering good value to the client, giving people a choice, creativity, and wanting to help people. Those are very, very strong core values for me. And when I thought about it, by introducing those into my sales process, because selling is not just about that icky point where you say have to tell someone the price, okay, that is part of it, 100%, and it's often the bit where people really start to squirm. But selling, when you work for yourself, when you're operating a business online, is in every aspect of what you do. Every minute of every day you're showing up, you are in some way, shape or form feeding into your sales process. And if we can get really good at, you know, the bit where you ask for the money, that's like 2%. So you've got to get really good and find an easy way to fill that other 98%. Otherwise, it's going to be exhausting. So by implementing these 7 steps, just enabled me to start my second business and just hit the ground running. And so I changed my limiting belief. I'm no longer bothering people. I am helping people. People need to know that I'm here. I'm offering a great service. But if I don't show up and don't tell them, then, you know, people are going to miss that opportunity. So I now get out there every day. I don't hold back. And visibility is a way of letting people, you know that I'm there for them. And I am offering them a choice. And this is the thing, people have that choice. We spend so much time assuming or second guessing what we're doing. People have a choice, you know, but you need to give them the facts. You need to be able to show up and tell them what you do day after day. Okay, we have to do this repeatedly. You can't just show up once and hope that Facebook is going to show you to 1,000 people. No, it doesn't work like that. We've got to do it day after day. And so many of my clients will say that, you know, some days are easier than others. Some days we do this and it's not a problem. Most days it can feel like an effort. So by having good core behaviours, and taking good action in your business, following these steps will help you to do it more consistently, even on the days where you're like, I don't want to talk to anyone. Okay, so aligning your core values with your actions. So show up and demonstrate the value. Know your ideal client's pain points. So when we think about offering authenticity, not wanting to fail, being the right person, giving people a choice, when you know who your ideal client's pain points, you can show up confidently and be able to offer a solution to that. So don't make assumptions about what people will and won't pay for. Oh, big one, big one. Yeah, getting used to saying your price out loud as well. So yeah, telling people that, you know, this is what I do. It's this amount of money. Eloise talked about this very much in her her money mindset training. Climbing into people's purses, and that was a huge light bulb moment for me. That sort of assuming, because, you know, take that amount of money that we're asking for. Oh yeah, but what if this person can't afford it? How do you know what people can afford? And I would always sort of, you know, somebody would come to me and they would say something, or, you know, they would sort of say, oh, you know, I haven't really got a lot of big budget, and straight away I'd be starting to pull back on my offer and say, oh well, maybe I'll make it cheaper and all this kind of stuff, or not wanting to push my sales onto them, when really what they needed was me in order to help them to earn more money. Yeah, okay, don't assume what people can and can't afford. Tell them your offer and it's their choice. So knowing your ideal client and having a specific niche, become the go-to expert in that niche. So again, that's about confidence. That's about attracting the right clients. If every time you showed up on social media, you attracted your ideal client who you loved working with, it was an absolute dream and they paid without question, yeah, how often would you do it? You'd do it every day, wouldn't you? Creating answers to the questions that your clients are asking. I did a lot of work with a client earlier today about this. So your clients, your audience are thinking certain things, and knowing what those questions that they're asking themselves are, showing up and giving solutions, answering the questions that sometimes they don't even consciously know that they're asking. I do this a lot with the dog business, because having had a senior dog myself, I know how hard it is for owners to trust someone to look after what is sometimes their most precious thing in their life. And so when I show up and I talk about, you know, my story, my experience with my senior dog and how difficult it was for me and why I do what I do, that is what attracts people to me. That is what brings people in. So the question they're asking themselves is, can I trust somebody? Is there somebody out there that's willing to get up 4 times a night and take my dog out to the toilet, or to get used to all their funny ways? Yeah, absolutely there is. So we need to be showing up and answering the questions that our clients are asking. Again, I love it, having that just a conversation with people. When people phone me about their dogs now, I just have I'm like, oh, what do they do? Oh, just a little chat. Yeah, I'm selling all the time. All the time, it's part of a sales process. But I love it now because it's where I feel comfortable. So when you're onboarding, be curious, ask questions, listen to what your clients are saying. If you get that ick at the point where, we've actually got to seal the deal, so that's the point at which, if you've listened, if you've asked questions, people will sell it to themselves. The sales process is about offering people information, and then they get to make a choice. And don't be afraid of rejection. Oh my goodness, this was the game changer for me. Again, a piece of a little gem from Miss Eloise Burton. Go for the no. Go for the no. That's what she said to me. Go for the no. It's utterly liberating. And what that means is that it's people. Yeah, be okay with that. Don't feel like just because you're offering your service, you're not pushing that onto somebody. You're offering them a choice, and be okay with somebody saying no. If you put too much pressure on yourself that you've got to seal the deal, it's almost like working on commission, isn't it? I mean, I can't imagine how stressful that must be for some people who only work on commission. Yeah, that's when people act like dicks, isn't it? Yeah, they're not going to let you go, are they? And until you've signed on the dotted line. Take that out of the equation. You're not working on commission. If you're running an authentic business, and you want to enjoy that process, and you genuinely want to help people, it'd be okay with them saying no. Trust me, it's liberating. And get your limiting belief out of your head. So whatever the thing is the crappy story you're telling yourself about why you shouldn't do this, and what might happen and what the consequences are. Get that out of your head, reframe it, change it. Mine was don't bother people. Okay, so my business is not bothering people. My business is offering a solution to people's problems. We are helping. We are not harassing people. Okay, all right. So I can't see any comments, so let me know if this has been helpful. If you're watching on replay, please do leave me a hashtag replay. Let me know that you've watched it at least. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so I did a lot of work with Eloise. Many of you in the group know Eloise very well. She is the money mindset queen. So if you have a deep issue, or if you think that it's that money thing that's really bugging you, I would highly recommending taking an hour out of your day to watch her mindset Make More Money masterclass. I'm going to drop a link for it in the comments as well. It's absolutely transformed how I look at my business. It's what has enabled me to launch my second business, just with no hesitation, not no effort. There was obviously effort, but and be fully booked, fully booked, and absolutely just go for it. So have a look at Eloise's mindset live, I'll masterclass, not live, masterclass. I'll drop a link in the comments so you can watch it. Oh, hi Hindi. Okay, so Hindi's saying, Abby, I watched you live and you know how I feel about selling. Yeah, absolutely. What you said makes perfect sense, and I hope to adopt your way of thinking. Hindi, that's amazing. That's brilliant. And that's what we want, isn't it? So we just want to feel like, understanding that we're not the only one. I sat for a long time thinking I was the only person that didn't know how to sell, or that was having these struggles. Certainly working on my own mindset is what helped me to make that change, but also by doing the extra work with Eloise as well. That absolute that realization is, oh wow, that's not just me. And changing how we feel about it to make it easier. So you've got a great audience, Hindi, haven't you? And I look forward to working with you more about that, to actually to change how you think about it. So that's absolutely fantastic. Okay, all right, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you're watching on replay, as I say, drop me a comment, and I will see you all very, very soon.